PR Connections Radio presents.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're hearing this podcast from. Welcome to my podcast, Prospering in Health and Wealth. My name is Werner Dixon. I'm with VM Enterprise, and I am wanting to have a discussion with you about health, wealth, and wellness, and talk about how they actually interrelate with each other and can create a better environment for you, create a better work environment for you, a life situation for you, particularly if you have your health and you can focus on generating your wealth. And I think we'd have a lot to have conversations about. If you're interested, hang around and get your friends and relatives on board. And so let's get underway. Thank you. Let's go.
This podcast is brought to you by LifeWave. Ready to elevate your wellness game? Meet X39 from LifeWave.com. This game-changing patch uses phototherapy to stimulate your skin, enhancing strength and stamina by channeling your body's innate energy. Simply apply it to harness infrared heat, naturally boosting your vitality. Want to learn more? Visit www.lifewave.com/VernD and step into a healthier, more active lifestyle today.
Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy that you're here. I am so happy that I'm here as well. It's a nice sunshiny day out there, and so that's all good. I'm feeling good today, and I hope you are doing as well. And I hope things in life are going well for you. From a health perspective, I can't do anything right now from helping you pay for gas and that kind of thing. But, there are some other issues that kind of create stress for us. And so that is going to be ongoing for a while, as I understand it. And so, I'm going to do my best to see if I can bring you some joy, some information on how to stay healthy, and also earn some income to help you with that stressful daily thing that you have to deal with in terms of finances and moving forward. So with that in mind, again, my name is Werner Dixon. I'm with VM Enterprise, and I am here to help you prosper in health and wealth. And what I mean by that is the things that I bring to the table are beneficial from the standpoint of helping you to improve your health and also helping you to put some extra bucks in your wallet. I guess is what I'm looking forward to doing. And so if I'm doing either of those things, I think I'm being successful from that perspective. What I have for you today is a combination of things. I've got companies that I've been working with, and I work with a lot of companies, as you can probably tell from the podcast content that I have been presenting in the past. And I work with a lot of companies in terms of what I look for myself and what I look for what the industry is doing and what I look for in terms of generating income. And I've been doing this for a while. And what I'm bringing to you is those that are being successful or those that have created a significant impact, not only on my life, but in the lives of others. So what we're going to be talking about today is a combination of two products. One is called Pulse for Pulse, and the other one is called Pulse 365 Wellness. And how those two work together, we'll kind of walk through that as we go through this presentation. Is that Pulse for Pulse is a product or a service that allows you to look for diseases, issues, health things that you may not have known about, may not feel, or the doctor hasn't kind of come across those issues. Basically, what I'm trying to help you look for as an example, and I'll look at my note here and uncover possible hidden diseases, as it were. Identify chronic illness diseases before costly and invasive interventions are required, meaning that peripheral artery disease, complex pain disorders. I have one of those. Arteriolosis, sleep apnea, hypertension, diabetic neuropathy, cardiac anatomic neuropathy, vascular abnormalities. Oh my goodness. You have to forgive me. I get so excited about some of these things. I can't even speak well. But basically, what I'm saying is that we help to look for those things that may not be irrelevant or obvious to you or your doctor at this particular time. And I think I've got a little short video to kind of introduce the first product, the Pulse for Pulse product. So let me show you what that looks like. If you're experiencing any of these issues, this is a good product to kind of help you with that. And this particular product, the way that I was selling it initially, is I go to a doctor's office, and this is, for doctors and businesses and those kind of things. I'd go to a doctor's office and talk to the doctor about how they're working with their patients and things that they know or don't know, and how they're looking to kind of make sure that they're taking the best possible care of their patients. I would put this unit in their office for free, no charge to the doctor, no charge to the client. So when the client comes to the doctor's office, they've got about 15 more minutes. They can sit down and go through this non-invasive test. And the doctor can locate if an issue is not apparent, but this kind of gives them a report indicating that you have something that's coming up in your health that's going to be negatively impacted, so you can start working on improving that right away. And so it's been very successful in doing that. The other product that I also have been working with is basically I go to companies, and there is a product called, not a product, or a tax product, I guess you can say, called 125 Cafeteria Plan. And so we take that Cafeteria Plan, bring that to businesses, and basically it allows the employee to continue to improve on their health and stay on top of that exercise program, medication that maybe in a lot of cases, depending on what it is, there's no out-of-pocket costs. You get telehealth, you get some of the other things that are related to that. And based on that 125 Cafeteria Plan, the employee actually leaves earning, it looks like that they're already paying a tax rate from their salary. But with this 125 plan, we give that back, and we take part of that and use it for the company to bring this program in, which pays for the program. And the employee gets an increase in their income. The company doesn't have to get anything out of pocket, and it keeps a happy kind of a situation. And so it's beneficial on both ends. The employee feels better and have a couple of bucks in their pocket, and the company is feeling better because now they've got an employee that's not going to be calling in sick all the time, because we've got the previous look into their system, and we know what issues they're dealing with, and so we can take care of those. And so the company benefits from the standpoint of their employee stays on the job longer. And also it creates a loyalty issue for the employer and employee as well. So if you've got a company that's helping you from a medical perspective and it's not costing you anything extra, actually it's benefiting you from a financial and a health perspective, that's an awesome opportunity. And the company itself, you've got a happy employee, so you don't have issues with that employee, and it doesn't come out of the company's pockets either. And so you've got a combination of products and services there where it's a win-win for everybody. In the meantime, as we're talking about it, I'm right now looking at increasing this product, like we're combining them together now. And so we're going after particular areas of interest right now: police departments, fire departments, business, governments, issues with the high stress environments. And so we're working with those entities, trying to make sure that this program is the right one for them. And so, I mean, we know that the programs work. We want to make sure that the areas that we're in is extremely beneficial to them. I mean, think about it. You got firemen and policemen, which are under high stress environments, and some of the things that they have to do, and government employees as well. Based on the industry these days, it could be a lot of stress as well. And so we're trying to take care of that. And in talking about that, let's take a little bit further look at this Pulse for Pulse product to kind of give you a little bit further idea in terms of how it works in those environments and what's going on. And so we're going to take a look at the next one.
Why is it important to know if you are at risk for microvascular disease? Pulse for Pulse provides each patient with a risk assessment questionnaire. Its purpose is to help identify components of your medical history that place you in a higher risk for small blood vessel disease, also known as microvascular disease. Want to hear a startling fact? We have approximately 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our body, and about 80% of these are small blood vessels where true disease starts. 60,000 miles, that's as much as 2.5 times around the circumference of the Earth. Heart attacks and strokes are the result of large blood vessel disease. I am sure you know people who have suffered from either of these potentially fatal medical conditions. The Pulse for Pulse test allows us to look at the smallest blood vessels in your body to see if there is a problem. By identifying small blood vessel disease early, we can treat it early and help prevent any large blood vessel disease from starting, and that saves lives. So what is microvascular disease? Microvascular circulation refers to the smallest blood vessels of the circulatory system. It consists of arterioles, which are a network of capillaries. Microcirculation plays a role in vascular resistance, thus playing a role in blood pressure control. When there is a loss of integrity in the small blood vessel system, we call this microvascular dysfunction or endothelial dysfunction. There are several predisposing factors that can lead to this microvascular dysfunction, including obesity, aging, persistently high blood sugars, and hypertension, to name a few. Think of it this way. Endothelial dysfunction is the result of inflammation of the blood vessels, which results in vasoconstriction. When endothelial dysfunction occurs, blood vessels are not able to accommodate changes in pressure. Whether you are symptomatic or asymptomatic, let Pulse for Pulse help identify microvascular disease before it becomes macrovascular. See if you're as healthy on the inside as you are on the outside.
That's the key. See if you're as healthy on the inside as you are on the outside. You may feel good, things are looking great, you're out in the park, you're doing your thing. I mean, you've seen these situations where an athlete is out running around, running the bases or whatever, and then drops dead of a heart attack, and they didn't know that an individual had any issues. Oh my God, particularly in the microvascular environments where these veins are really tight, small, and have the possibility of getting clogged. but the hypertension issues that you didn't know you had, some of the other things that issues that maybe you didn't know that were bothering you. I deal also with sleep apnea, and so you can understand some of those environments before it gets to be significant, or it gets to be to a point where you're in the hospital because they found something that you weren't aware of, your doctor wasn't aware of, and hadn't been able to catch up with that yet. I'm going to do a demo before the program ends, but right now I want to introduce you to the other company, Pulse 365 Wellness. Pulse 365 Wellness has been around for about 20 years or so, and they've been in this space doing and improving the products and services that they're bringing to the table. Basically, my job is to help you understand what the environments are from your perspective. And if your business or the company that you work for is not using any of the health programs that you would like to see in place, or save some money on those programs, go to your management and ask them if they've seen or heard about, for instance, Pulse for Pulse, to help you with the preventative care. Ask them about what type of cafeteria plans are they using. Is the cafeteria plan that they're dealing with is it as inclusive as ours is? You don't know, but you ask those questions and have an opportunity to have them come back to you and give you answers about your health, about your issues, and maybe give you an opportunity to kind of help your company move in the right direction. Not only will that be beneficial to you, but it'll be beneficial to everyone else in the organization, plus the company as well. And so what we do is make a call to an organization, talk to HR or the chief financial officer about issues and how they're working with their particular program. Basically, we can save the company income because there's nothing out of pocket that they have to do, because we're using a tax program already in place, the 125, and they may be taking advantage of it, or they may not be. But the issue is for them to be taking advantage of the more and more of the options that are available on this program. What are you paying for your medication? And depending on how they're handling the cafeteria plan, maybe your medication can be totally free. It's already included. There's health programs, there's exercise options that you can get involved in based on how your company has their plan set up. So there's work to be done in terms of making sure that you're in the best possible situation. That's the issue, being in the best possible situation for you. And basically, I mean, we're talking about the benefits that actually make your life better, and the benefits that actually make your company better as well. You know, the other benefit from the company perspective is that if they've got a healthy employee, person coming to work every day, happy to be coming to work every day, the medication may be free. They've got options for exercise and for their family and the whole 9 yards, so to speak. Workers' comp is reduced because you as an employee are not having accidents, maybe because maybe you got dizzy and you knocked something over and something fell on you, or you're having those type of issues. And so basically it's beneficial for the both of you. It's beneficial for you because there's nothing out of pocket for you. And actually, you have a little bit increase in your take-home pay. That would be phenomenal just from your perspective. You got take-home pay, you're healthier, you know about the issues that you're dealing with, they're being handled, and you're trying to stay healthy, and you're in a company that cares about you. I mean, those are the options that I guess that's the perfect opportunity to be in, perfect option to be in. And then the company is in a perfect situation too, because there's no money out of pocket for them because of the 125 cafeteria plan. They're giving you something back because of the way that the cafeteria plan is set up. Over the long run, they can reduce their workers' comp because now they're not having as many accidents and issues as they were before, possibly. I mean, everything is subjective depending on what the environment is and what's going on. I mean, if you're a fireman, I mean, that brings on its type of stress as well. Like I mentioned, the two firemen, the firemen and the policemen that they show. But then you got the other government entities that are also present. Uh, uh, the I guess we've been having a great deal of success in terms of, even if a company already has a 125 cafeteria plan in place, and we can come in and supplement that and add the components that are needed to make that plan even better, to make that environment even better. And so we talk to the HR department or the health department or whatever you have in that environment, and the chief financial officer, because we're saving money as the company moves forward. Actually, it's a great benefit for them to have the best possible situation in that environment for all of you. So with that in mind, before we get too far in here, and I apologize for not having some additional information on the Pulse 365 wellness program, but reach out to me and get that information. I'm willing to meet with you or sit down and talk to have a conversation with you about it, and any company as well. So if you're in a situation where you can talk to your executives in an organization, have them reach out to me, or you schedule the appointment or whatever, and we can sit down together and see if there's opportunities for both sides. So make it a win-win-win. When I say win, win for you, win for the company, and win for myself as well. And also, as I try to introduce these programs, I try to do it as a double hit. One, to keep you healthy and wealthy. The wealthy part is give you an option to promote the programs if you like it. Not only this program, but I have others as well. So I'm about keeping you healthy, and I'm about helping you generate some income. And we'll continue to talk about that as we move forward. But in the meantime, before we get out of here, let me give you a demo of the Pulse for Pulse product. And it'll kind of walk you through, and you'll see it as non-invasive, and it actually covers a lot of components in terms of helping you find out if you have any issues. So let's look at the demo for that.
Today, I'll be walking you through the Pulse for Pulse testing protocol. The first part of the test is the pseudomotor testing. In this portion of the test, the patient removes their socks and their shoes and places their hands and their feet flat on the metal plates shown. By activating the sweat glands, we are able to gain insight about the status of the patient's nervous system. The longest nerves in the body are the ones that go to the hands and the feet, so the earliest signs of damage would be detected here. The next portion of the test is the autonomic nervous system testing, or ANS testing. For this part of the test, the Pulse for Pulse medical assistant will place a blood pressure cuff on the patient's right arm and both ankles, a pulse ox on the patient's finger and toes, and a 3-lead EKG on the patient's chest and left side. The medical assistant will explain to the patient the 4 different activities they will be doing during the ANS testing. The first is a resting phase meant to capture a baseline. Then there are 2 different breathing exercises followed by a standing phase. During the resting phase, the patient is relaxed, breathing normally and avoiding body movement. The only thing they will feel are the blood pressure cuffs, which will tighten and loosen throughout the test. The first breathing exercise is deep breathing. The patient will slowly inhale for 5 seconds, then exhale for 5 seconds for 1 full minute, guided by the Pulse for Pulse medical assistant.
What I'm showing you this for is to let you know that it's
For the second breathing activity, the patient will take a quick breath in, then hold their breath for 15 seconds before quickly releasing. This will create pressure in their stomach and chest.
All right, get ready with me. Deep breath in. Good. Hold it.
This breathing activity will be done twice.
Keep on holding. Hold. Keep holding. Just a few more seconds. All right, now first your exhale. Perfect.
The last activity in the ANS test is for the patient to simply go from a sitting position to a standing position. Through each of these activities, we're able to take a look at the patient's systolic response, or how hard their heart needs to work to go through each of these activities. The last test performed is the ankle brachial index testing, or ABI. At Pulse for Pulse, we perform a segmental right-left ABI. The medical assistant will move all blood pressure cuffs and pulse ox to the patient's right side for 2 minutes, then the left side for 2 minutes. For the entire duration of the ABI test, the patient will be seated, breathing normally. In the ABI portion of the test, we are looking at the circulation in the large arteries. If there is a narrowing of the arteries leading to your legs and feet, it can lead to complications such as wounds that do not heal or blood clots. If treated early, these complications can be avoided.
You are all set. Your provider will go over your results at your next visit. And if you have any questions, you can contact them, okay? All right.
If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to reach out to your Pulse for Pulse representative.
Like I said, I wanted you to see that so that you can see that it's non-invasive and it's a fairly routine kind of a situation. And as I indicated, what I used to do is take this to the doctor's office, and this was done in the doctor's office. But with the combination of the 2 offerings, now this can be done in a company office, in the break room or whatever, or some room off of another empty office maybe, where you could come in, sit down for 20, 25 minutes and go through your test during a break, right after lunch. And so that's what we're doing, is putting these 2 programs together. So when that information is given to the company and they understand that the other program and how they work together, it is extremely beneficial that we found, not just being in the doctor's office, but now being in a company as well and having those 2 work together. So again, I just wanted to make sure that you understood that there was a way to not only get healthier and increase your income from your job without ever getting any additional money, but taking what you already are making and giving it back to you, and helping the company give you something that maybe you didn't have before, in terms of the availability of the equipment and the opportunity there. So I think it's beneficial. Again, it's a win-win for you, it's a win-win for the company, and it's a win-win for me. So if you know of any situation or you think about it for yourself, reach out to me so we can work together and get this taken care of. So with that in mind, I want you to stay healthy and I want you to continue to be blessed. But in the meantime, just to let you know that with the things that I'm trying to bring to the table is to let you know that the best is yet to come. And you have a blessed day, and thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Voting is more than just a right, it's a powerful tool for change. Every vote counts and every voice matters. Voting protects your rights and helps to build a better future. And it's a way to hold our leaders accountable. Voting isn't just about the big elections either. Local elections impact our daily lives. It is important to study the candidates and the issues in order to make an informed decision. Don't sit it out. Your vote is your power. PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.